Hello folks and welcome back for episode 18 of our Terraria 1.2 Let's Play. As you can see, we are still in the jungle and death is lurking in every possible direction. These man-eaters have not let up by any means. They are here and they mean business, but I actually have the ability to shoot them, and I think that trumps their ability to be somewhat tethered to the ground and slowly make progress toward me, although they seem to be respawning at a rate that's about equal to how fast I can kill them. Not sure how they got such a prodigious ability. Let's drop a torch over here because I can't see what I'm doing. And I guess we'll just bounce around a little bit like we are a pinball in the jungle maze. Oh my god, I can't even see the thing. Come on now. Now we've got to add some bees to the mix. If we could just take care of this. There we go. This one dude will open up a world of possibilities and a world of, what is this, lead ore over here. Kind of okay with it. Stinger apparently just going to totally hit me in the side of the head. Oh, and a pile of gold, and then more tungsten, so I guess there's a little bit of mining to do in this direction. Just wanted to kind of get a quick lay of the land, see what's over here. Plenty more jungle to explore, as it turns out. Probably plenty upon plenty. If we look at the map, that's where we're at. We're not even quite halfway down into the scheme of things, and now we've got spiky slimes, which are here to ruin my day. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to mine all that stuff. Oh, jeez, seriously? I got poisoned to death. I wasn't even looking at my health. I had a feeling I had a ton of health. Well, that's a bunch of garbage. That is not how I expected things to start out. Why don't I start in my bed anymore? Didn't I make that a thing? Now all this... The bunnies have slimes on them. That's very strange. I guess this is a Halloween thing, right? Because this is pumpkin now. There weren't pumpkins before, I don't think. Can I... Oh, I actually can pick up pumpkins. That's neat. So it's got to be an event of some kind. Alright, so we've got a couple of new NPCs. We've got a party girl, and we've got our gnomish friend, or, I don't know, goblin friend, rather. What does he do? So we can buy the tool belt, increase block placement range. That's neat. I've already got a grappling hook. Tinker's Workshop, that was the 10 gold item that I said I was going to work on. I just lost half my gold right there because I'm dumb. Creates a grid on screen for block placement and rocket boots. I'm glad he came and visited us because these are some of the most useful items I think I've run into in a good while. And what do you have for us, Bambi? Bubble wand, blows bubbles, confetti, bubble machine. So she's all about partying. I guess that totally makes sense because she is a party girl. And in a party world, apparently. And I'm not sure what we're going to use her for. I guess it's more for cosmetic stuff in the long term. Can I, like, resync myself to the bed here? Maybe I can't use it because it's in this placement or something. What if I get rid of the torches now? Can I use it? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't like to be situated like that. I guess we'll figure that out later. It's really not all that important. So, what was I going to do while I'm here? I guess I could drop off some of my ores. I really wasn't planning on being here, to be perfectly honest, but we're here now, so might as well take advantage of it while we can, right? So Demonite matches Demonite. I guess I could just do quick stack, right? And then it drops everything in the chest. Lickety split. I don't really want any more cobwebs. I think we're good on that. We can go ahead and drop some stuff off, though, in my organic section down here. Pretty sure I should have a few things that should match up. It's a dye Moonglow, though. Should be in here. Yep. I guess we could quick stack all of these things and just avoid searching. Like you guys have told me so many times, quick stack. But see, then it does a thing like this, and it goes ahead and puts the gel that I wanted to keep in my inventory in case I wanted to make more torches on the go. So, you know, you can't trust it entirely. And also there's some hanging jack-o'-lantern, pumpkin chair, pumpkin everything. I can make a whole, like, pumpkin fort. That's kind of neat. I wasn't expecting there to be anything like that. Pumpkins don't function as dyes, right? So I guess that would go in the materials section. I don't know what we use them for yet. Something like this, I guess. We'll just leave it there. Whatever. And lesser healing potions. I have a potion section somewhere down here, I guess. And also I need to clean out the piggy bank too, but I'm going to do that another time because otherwise you're going to get real bored watching me go through all my inventory stuff. And we'll throw the rich mahogany in with the other. And that'll do it for that. So, where do we want to go on the map? Well, I don't really feel like going all the way back to the jungle now, because we spent the whole last episode doing that. We did make a little bit more progress, but now I'm starting to wonder if next time we want to go to the jungle, probably a lot faster to just go ahead and dig in from the landscape up here. Just make our way down and meet up somewhere in here, because, you know, going this extra mile over the corruption just seems a little bit extra than I want to do. So over to our left, well, there were a few more trees to check out, right? I think there was, yeah, there was one over here, and there's one over here. Alright, I guess we could go ahead and do that. It's not all that far away, I say, as I realize how pretty much quite far away that is. Oh, I just deleted a torch by accident. No problem, let's go. Where there's a will, there's a way, and apparently we can get all kinds of pumpkins along the way, so I'm in for that. Might as well mine pumpkins while they're here. Especially if they're just a limited time supply thing. I guess that pumpkin was smaller. It doesn't quite produce as much pumpkininess. I like pumpkins quite a bit. I don't think they get nearly as well represented in the world of flavors as they probably should. I mean, pumpkin pie? Who doesn't love pumpkin pie? Well, I guess some people don't. It's maybe people who are allergic to it or something. It's a type of gourd, right? I mean, gourds in general are pretty cool. I think that they're a thing that if you were to encounter something like that in nature and having never heard of it, you'd probably be somewhat stumped and mystified by it, right? I mean, really, fruit in general, if you think about it, being a scavenger, you know, looking for ways to sustain yourself in this this wild world that we found ourselves spawned into in reality. You run into this big old, like, chunk of food, just kind of hanging out. And then it's got this whole flavor to it that's really not like anything else. It's a pretty surreal thing if you think about it. I mean, our tongues, like, why do they need so many different discrete ways to, like, compartmentalize these flavor things? What is the point of flavors, really? I mean, I understand maybe they make you happy, they make you feel good, but, like, you know, in terms of evolution and, like, the progression of reality, like, why do we need flavors? What do they really do? I mean, I know bitter things make us not want to eat something, but why are there, like, there's this huge variety of positive flavors, as well as some pretty much neutral and negative ones, too, so... And then you combine them together, it makes this whole bizarre... It's basically alchemy, right? Like, food and cooking, basically alchemy. I mean, we don't have much else like it other than that. Kind of don't really want to go hang out in Ice Cave again for this episode. I mean, I'm sure I could. But I want to see what was up with those other trees. Am I getting near them? Where are they? Gotta go over another corruption, and then... Yeah, okay, we're almost there. Can I skate on thin ice? No, I can't. Okay. Oh, I probably could have bought that Goblin Tinkerer thing, workbench or whatever, right? Because that was 10 gold. I think I'm pretty close to that. If not, probably a little over that. Really happy that I can glide and stuff. That makes traversing this huge landscape way easier. Especially when I get to the top of my rocket boost, and then I can just sort of like hover for a bunch of seconds. Makes it way easier not having to worry about falling quite as much, or at least falling on my own terms, so I have a lot of time to think about it. A little flower there on top of that. Oh, pink prickly pear, okay. Is that a dye? I think I've gotten that once before. I don't remember what it does, though. I got another one. Neat. Just cut the top off of that cactus, and we'll also get some water leaf as well, because why not? Yeah, it's sort of interesting that the water leaf spawns in the middle of the desert. Alright, so we've reached tree number 1. I'm just going to go ahead and grab another few pumpkins, since I can. That was a little jar down there that I missed. Silver coin. Alright, cool. See if there's anything else worth getting down there. Oh, and also I can kind of like try and fly my way up this tree in case they put... What on earth is that poor rabbit doing? Or what on earth is that poor rabbit had done to it by that slime, I suppose, is the better question. Now, if I am a little bit skillful here... There we go. Shouldn't be too hard to traverse something like this. Falling, though, probably not such a good idea, considering, you know, take some pretty serious fall damage until I get, like, a horseshoe or whatever that is. A thing that I'd like to perhaps pick up at some point. Did I not even explore this tree at all? No torches, so... Oh, no, I guess I didn't. It's a little strange of me. Why would I not go down here? They all have this. Oh, there's actually a little underground passage underneath it, so that's cool. Let's go see what's... in this wooden chest. We'll grab all the doors as we often do. Add it to our collection. A tin bar, another leaf wand. We got an awful lot of those. Loot all. Done. Alright, let's go mine all of these out. I have a pretty good living wood collection of, you know, decor to add to my house if I choose. And we'll see what's underneath. Probably a whole lot of nothing, but we'll see. Alright, a little bit more than nothing. Maybe not a lot more. Just a little bit. Alright, lesser healing potion. That's going to be, I think, the extent of it. Alright, let's get back out, and we will head down into the depths of this tree, see how low it goes. Maybe it actually leads somewhere cool. What's that? A little bit of tin ore in the wall. Not that concerned. Oh, it looks like a deep tree. That's going to be really annoying climbing back out of. Very deep tree. I guess maybe this is our elevator. This is like nature's own way of making one of those, apparently. So where are we on the map now? Alright, we are... Okay, maybe not quite as deep as I thought, but still... Given the fact that it goes almost straight down, that's deeper than, I think, all the corruptions that I've found. Yeah, that's basically right on par with this one, which I thought was very deep. It's right about in line with it. In fact, if I went horizontally, I'd probably meet up with that. I wonder if these strata have, like, specific coordinates of, like, how low they're supposed to go before they start to diverge or turn into other things. I would imagine that would be pretty likely. They probably have, like, permutations that they're allowed to work within. I'm always very interested in, like, randomly generated things, and a game like Terraria, I think, is a really cool experiment just to see what kind of structures you can create, especially when you have so much different material to work with. You know, the game is totally making all this stuff up as it goes along, and, well, not as it goes along beforehand, but then we're exploring it all sort of dynamically, and it's just it's a cool concept to know that there's so much that could be, you know, thrown into this formula, and I think I see that's basically why the developers couldn't resist coming back to it after all this time. You know, regardless of whatever the status of for sales, I have a feeling there's some genuine love that went into this game, and some genuine excitement at the concept of creating these foreign worlds, and seeing how they develop and how they progress and what kind of things you can use to modify them. Plus the fact that the tools in it, like the amount of things you can do and the amount of structures you can create, and the possibilities, they're pretty much infinite. I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of a cap to, like, the permutations of how many types of ways you can, you know, proceed through things, but it seems like, given all the different armor sets, all the different, you know, types of structures you can build, the different NPCs, the fact that there's multiplayer, like, you could make this game into so many other experiences if you really wanted to, that I think it would be pretty hard to resist the appeal of just kind of going off in random tangents with it, which is why it's also so exciting that there's little things like, you know, temporary events and things that you might experience on a very rare level. I think to sort of channel a little bit of, like, what the excitement Edmund McMillen found in Binding of Isaac, I think that's some of the best stuff, is when you find, you know, maybe people don't notice a thing about this game after it's been out for 6 months, and when you crowdsource a concept like this game and have people playing it non-stop for hours and hours and hours and hours, multiplied by thousands and thousands and thousands of people, you know, those hours really add up fast. And I think you could probably say that it's safe to say, like, it's pretty reasonable to say that pretty much everything's going to be uncovered in a short amount of time. So things that don't are kind of a special thing at this point. And I really shouldn't be mining this tin ore, but I almost just can't resist. There's basically no point in it at this point. I mean, I could use it to, like, start another character or something, but I'm probably not going to do that. In all likelihood, this will probably be my last Terraria character that I ever play. Provided, you know, I'm not talking about, like, a multiplayer server or something, which, anything's possible there. So, this has been a somewhat uneventful little dig into this tree. I was hoping that maybe we would stumble upon another cavern or something. Doesn't seem to be the case. I guess what I'll do then is, before we get too much deeper, I will head back up and check out that other tree stump in case there's anything cool going on down there. And then we will see how well I can fly my way up and out. I see there are some things to mine in the walls, and betraying my previous statement, I will ignore those, despite my OCD. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is great. I just dig my way right up and out. Well, not dig, but fly my way up and out. This would have taken a substantially longer time if I didn't have that ability. Look, there's more pumpkins for me. Thank you, pumpkin generator. I am very glad to have you. I guess we will check out above the other tree as well, just in case there's any chance that those can turn into something. I don't really know what the generation schemes are like for that. I should also spend some time off camera and just do a little bit of scouting for another, like, Sky Island, because the potential accessories are a little bit tempting. Although, I guess at this point I've reached my cap of how many accessories I can hold at one time, right? So, until I get that Goblin Tinker or whatever, that's really not going to help me unless I find one that's just like an objective improvement over whatever it is that I have. Which I have, you know, some good stuff right now. I've got this Hermes boot set up, spiked aglet, which I'd forgotten to put on for like a whole episode, the flying carpet, rocket boots, and the shackle that gives me extra damage. So I think we could combine the Hermes boots and the rocket boots or something. At least that's what I was told in the comments. So I'm looking forward to doing that, freeing up another inventory slot. Hopefully the cost to produce such a thing, it's not too ridiculous. I had somebody mention at one point that there's like a problem with the corruption creeping into other places. I don't know anything about that. I've never really experienced that sort of thing, so if that's a thing I have to worry about, then I guess let me know what to do to work around it or something. I'm kind of not that really concerned, though. If that happens, then I'll deal with it. Not really sure what the downside is. I guess it could eat into a biome that I might want. Whatever. If that happens, we can always generate a new world, right? If it gets really bad. And plus, if you start a new world and you're already you're at, you know, a significantly later portion in the game progression, there's just way less stuff you have to do on the surface. I mean, you could probably spend your first hour or so just scouting. It's like looking around on the top of things just to see what you come across. Alright, this looks like it might be a little bit more fruitful. We've got a chest here and a whole lot of vines and a little bit of a cavern. Might go down somewhere. Let's see, let's clear this vine situation out, see where the actual walls are. And where does this go? Anywhere? Oh, maybe somewhere. I want to go... Oh, a little path down. What about over here? No, this one looks like it might be sealed off. Okay, so what's in the chest? Let's take a look. What is that? Violent Climbing Claws. Allows the ability to slide down walls. Improved ability if combined with shoe spikes. Wow, that's interesting. I've never heard of that before. And some lead bars. Okay, good stuff. Loot all. So that could be a pretty potentially cool find, and probably the highlight of our progression for this episode. Pretty glad that I came down here, I would say. And this is not nearly as deep as the other tree, as far as I can tell, right? We're not, yeah, we're like halfway as deep as that one. Looks like that doesn't even go anywhere else either, so maybe that's going to be the end of that. Anything else over here? Like some sand going down into the world. I could, like, dig a little trench along the dungeon and see, like, where the structures go for that. Isn't there, like, a problem if you try to dig your way into the dungeon, though? It, like, summons something to kill you? Whatever. Alright, I guess the only other option I really have at this point is to either dig deeper with this tree, or try and link up with the ice caves and see where that goes. I'm kind of curious to see where the tree goes, if anything, because I just kind of wasn't in the mood to hang out in the ice caves again. Despite, you know, it was kind of blue and pretty, but it's also kind of frustrating. There's all those flying things that kept assaulting me all the time, and, you know, spiky slimes that shoot stuff all over the place, and, yeah. You know how it is. You were there. We were there together. We've seen some stuff. Kind of hoping I would run into that, apparently the asteroid that fell down, or the meteorite, but it doesn't seem like that actually happened. You know, we went... How far did we go? We went, like, up to here, on this side of the map. So unless there's something going on this side... Oh, there's another tree over there I didn't actually check out. Gotta remember, I can't just leave that up and do other stuff. It's really a bad idea. Basically, it's like Dark Souls. You know, take damage if you don't know what you're doing or where you're going. What about this tree? Is this where I want to go? Yeah, I guess so. Whatever. I guess we'll go to hang out down here again. Not sure what I'm digging for. Maybe, oh, geez. I kind of meant to rocket boot a little bit at the bottom there. Maybe just a cavern, another way down, something interesting to see. You never know what you'll stumble on. Oh, here's a little interesting inquiry. Oh, wow, I was really close to a cave, and somehow I didn't notice that. I didn't see the blink root going off in the distance. Somebody mentioned at one point that you can have a large number of HP, and I think it sounded like it was more than the amount that's represented by heart containers. So, like, if that's the case, somebody, if you could spell that out for me. So you can have, like, how many heart containers, and how do you know when you stop gaining HP? I guess the number on the side stops going up, right? Because that would be kind of cool. I would kind of like it more, though, if you could see a visual representation, but I guess I understand that they're sort of limited by the UI in that respect. You know, then again, though, I think you could probably scale the UI pretty easily. Just percentage it down, percentage down each heart, and then, well, I don't know why I'm telling the developers how to make their game. It seems to me like it would be easy, but, you know, I don't know all the variables that go into making this UI what it is, and I'm sure there are many and they are complex. So I should stop talking out of my butt. Alright, we found a little bit of lead ore. That is not anything noteworthy. We should just dig, like, pretty much straight down. If we plan on finding anything particularly useful or interesting, it's not going to be up here. Honestly, we should really just go back to the jungle, but to tell you the truth, I'm just being kind of lazy, not going in that direction. Plus, I just like to mix up and vary the content that happens per episode a little bit if possible. I know it gets a little bit to be drudgery when I just hang out in the same place doing the same thing for a whole episode or multiple episodes. And I know that's sometimes kind of boring, so try and mix it up. Although I guess mining here, mining there, it's mining everywhere, isn't it? Pretty much the same thing, whether it's green mining or brown mining or gray mining, purple mining. There's all kinds of mining, but in the end, it's all Terraria. Alright, where are we going? We got lots of dirt, we got lots of shale, or rock rather. I don't know why I called it shale for the first time in all eternity. Oh, okay, found a little bit of something here. Let's break through to the other side. And what do we have? Okay, a little bit of tin ore, it looks like. You can tell it makes a little... Does it make a different clinky sound? No, I guess it's the same sound as rock, isn't it? I thought it sounded a little bit more metallic, but I could be wrong. Let's toss one of these guys down, glow stick. Alright, looks like we're onto a little cave system, maybe. Then I'll have to go in next episode and just clear out my inventory entirely, including the piggy bank. So what are we going to do for the next one? I mean, I feel like we're on our way to doing both, exploring the jungle and also building a way down to hell. But what I need to do is make it a little easier to get back to the jungle, so, you know, when I die, and numerous more times, which I'm sure will happen, I don't have to force you guys to watch or wait while I get back there. I mean, obviously, I could just cut through that stuff, but, you know, sometimes, occasionally, interesting things happen on the way to somewhere or back. Honestly, back is usually just an instant teleport, because you could just quit the game or get killed. Either way. Am I making any money doing any of this stuff? I'm just kind of like hanging out, digging up blocks. This slime definitely looks like it's gonna have to go. A little bit of rope down there. Okay, let's toss another glow stick or 3. Okay, a little cave system, some tungsten. Some lead, perhaps. So glad they added this, like, colorful lighting. It sounds like a simple thing to do, but it really does make the game way more interesting to look at. Because really, if you think about it, a lot of the game, or at least the early game, is really spent just looking at, like, browns and grays, which can get a little bit, you know, boring, I guess. I always like this root, because it looks like the flying spaghetti monster, but it's actually just orange blood root. I guess we'll trash some more of these and those, and the other things. Stone, really don't need that too much. Got plenty of that already at home. And we will go ahead and dig through some more tungsten. I keep doing this because I have a feeling there's something I'm going to want them for. Plus, I also like the idea of completing, like, an entire chest full of ores. I mean, eventually, I think the focus tends to be like, alright, I've got so much of this ore I never use anymore, let's just fill up a pile of it in one place and see what that does for us. Which is basically nothing, but I enjoy it anyway. Where are we going? Going down? I guess we're going down. So, let's see where we are on the map before we get any deeper. Yeah, I mean, we're like kinda deep, but it's not really anything worth noting. Hoping I run into like another heart container or something, but I don't know. We just really need to stumble on a huge cavernous expanse, and it just doesn't seem to be that many in this seed for whatever reason. That jungle seems to be the largest by far that I've run into. Oh, I think I found a glowy patch underneath us. It just might be... Is it? We're gonna find out in just a moment. It might be one of those neon glowy mushroom worlds, which I am a big fan of. The places where Phazon is contained, apparently. totally have talked about this in other LP episodes of other things, but I was always super entranced by that one area in Metroid Prime when you reach the Phazon mines and everything is like glowing and there's spores flying around with like blue stuff. We found a ton of emeralds. That's neat. All right, let's make some emeralds happen in our inventory by getting rid of something again. I guess I should probably drop the piggy bank another time and do my work with that. Let's put a wood platform down. Oh, whoop, didn't mean to do 2 there. Mr. Piggles, we're going to use you to store more items. I hope you don't mind. Anything that I can quick stack? Oh, geez, well, stuff I needed, so probably shouldn't do that. Force of habit. Well, it does put the money in there, so that's good. It's something that I forgot to do before. What was at the top of my inventory that is now no longer there? What have you moved? What was here? Goes to show you how completely oblivious I am and, like, barely paying attention. Rocks? Oh, I had the piggy bank there. Okay. Alright, well, we don't need any more of this stuff. Probably not going to find another vile mushroom. Lesser healing potions, stack those later. Orange bloodroot, not the most common occurrence. This wood stuff can all go hang out. I have a lot of these leaf ones. Definitely don't need more mushrooms. These climbing claws, I think they're orange, which means they're, like, super special, right? Just put some shrook in there in my inventory. We'll get some sunflowers going on. Lots of pumpkins. Hopefully can make good use of those later. And that's going to probably do it. I don't really need the 46 stone that much, or the clay blocks. We've got plenty of that stuff for later. Night owl potion increases night vision. Whatever. Don't really need that too much at all. And some grenades. Oh, whatever, we'll keep those. Alright, good enough. So let's grab our piggy bank back. And let's get to some emerald mining. I totally forgot what I was talking about now. It doesn't really matter. Continue on doing what we're doing. Lead ore, whatever. Continue collecting that as well. And I see that pile of tungsten there on the left. These little stalactites and stalagmites. This is like a nice little visual feature that probably wasn't even necessary, but since you're doing the whole cave thing, yeah, it probably is a good idea. Would have been interesting, too, if they would have done more stuff with water or fluids. I mean, I know there's lava and there is, like, you know, somewhat river systems now, which there wasn't before. But if you'd run into, like, an underground, like, rushing river, like, that could wash stuff away, that could be kind of interesting. You could get pulled into, like, another cave system entirely that you didn't intend on being in. I mean, not that I have that many criticisms. Like, Terraria's really, they've gone above and beyond, and above again, and beyond again, and then, like, 50 more times. So really, there's nothing that they probably haven't even thought of at this point, but it could be kind of a cool thing, you know, run into some sort of a one-way street, water-wise. Maybe that is even a thing that's already been done. There's a lot of lead down here. I guess that's cool, if we were in the market for that, which we're not. But I'm getting it anyway. There's tin as well. I might actually just skip that tin, despite my OCD tendencies, just because out of how long it's taking. Okay, slime, you're out of here. What do we do down here? Probably nothing. Looks like a fairly closed-off space. Don't really see this going anywhere. Oh, just didn't mean to dig myself into the water that time. So we'll put another torch or two. And shoot some spells. Bam, bam, bam. It's really nice how the jellyfish turn into a glow stick. I think that's pretty cool. It actually goes to help you see a little bit as you're trying to dig your way through some of these waterways. Is that purple moss going to spread up the walls? That's kind of cool if it does that. Should continue digging down. And we'll have something else to do next time, I suppose. Gotta be... Oh! Just discovered another big old cave, it looks like. So, with that, I guess we will wrap things up for the moment. And next time we will continue exploring this cave. I mean, I know I keep having all these plans and they keep getting circumvented by other various things. We're just exploring where we explore. One thing leads to another, and I just sort of follow where things go. So, Hopefully you guys are cool with that. I mean, if you have suggestions, of course, please continue to leave them. I am recording somewhat in bulk, though, so if I miss a couple of things, don't feel too bad. I will catch up, and I do read all the comments. So whether or not I can respond to them right away, don't worry, I'm still going to read it, whatever it is that you said. So I guess we will wrap up another episode. Thank you, everybody, for your continued support on the series, making it probably one of my most successful Let's Plays. Really glad for that, and I'm really glad you guys enjoy this game as much as I do. It's just, you know, a learning process, and that's why I think it's so fun to play together. You know, you have so much great advice for me, and hopefully enjoy some of my rambling commentary, and it all sort of works out in the end. So I will continue to bring you more Terraria as long as I can. I know we have a long, long way to go yet in this series if it is to be as complete as I would hope it to be. You know, being perfectly honest, I suppose there's a pretty decent chance that we won't ever make it to that point, but I don't want to sound defeatist. Just being realistic, you know, there's a lot of things that happen that cause LPs to get derailed midway through them. But anyway, that'll do it. Thank you so much, guys. Be sure to leave any support you can, and be sure to come back again very soon. New episodes are going to be trying to go up pretty much every day. Again, no guarantees to their frequency, but that is the goal. So if you don't see one, at least come visit the channel, youtube.com/Rockleesmile, because YouTube has been a big old butthead and not been sending anything out to subscribers most of the time, like more than half of the time, it seems. Apparently, you can also go to your settings somewhere and like check a box that makes sure that it sends it to you or something. I'm not really sure what to do with that. But I had somebody send me a suggestion with something similar to that. It was like there's a checkbox that says like show all YouTube uploads in a place. I don't know. I'll look into it more. Anyway, thank you again, and I will talk to you next time. Later, guys.